What is up, all you damn dirty nerds? Sorry for the quality. I'm doing this at 7:22 p.m. I just realized that it's been a while since we uploaded a video. We've been running into a lot of technical and like research difficulties, so we haven't been able to upload according to the schedule that we wanted. So I just decided to just throw together a video. The hell with it. Just try to get a video out there. And originally I was going to do a video that kind of listed 10 of my 10 really interesting superheroes that aren't Marvel or DC. But for some reason YouTube wouldn't upload the video for me. So I'm just going to have to do the best I can. And so today I'm just going to talk about the Phantom, who is one of my favorite superheroes that is not Marvel or DC. And for those of you that don't know, the Phantom was created back in, I believe, 1936 by Lee Falk, and he started off as a comic strip superhero. He was published on Wednesdays in black and white and published on Sundays in color. So I don't know if there was different storylines or if it was like the same issue just done in black and white and then in color. So I'm really not sure about this. So that's actually pretty interesting, that it started off as just something like that and then it just kind of grew. He was very popular when he first came out. And one thing that is very interesting is, I'm sure you guys have noticed, but when superheroes put on a mask, their eyes just become like pure white. There's no pupils or irises or anything like that. That was actually started by Lee Falk. He actually did that because he thought that it made the hero more mysterious. So that's actually pretty interesting, that such a common thing that almost every hero does started off with a character that has kind of slipped into obscurity nowadays, and it started so far back. Now keep in mind, he actually came out before Batman and Superman, so he's older. But unfortunately, because he didn't stay popular, he's been bouncing around from comic book company to comic book company. He's been with Moonstone Comics. He was published by Marvel and DC at separate times. Dynamite back in, I think, 2012 or no, 2010 did a series on him called The Last Phantom. And I don't know if anything's been done with him like since. That was like a mini, like short run that he had with Dynamite, so it didn't really last all that long. But he's actually a very interesting hero because he is what I like to call a legacy hero. He's a hero. I'm trying to keep the glare from the screen off my glasses. Wonder if I should take my glasses off. He's what I call a legacy hero. So basically what that means is the mantle of the Phantom is passed down through the family. Kind of different from Black Panther, where that is more of a cultural hero. Basically, anyone from Wakanda can become the Black Panther. Whereas the Phantom is passed down from father to son. Now, there have been a few female Phantoms. I know one specifically was a twin sister that took up the mantle for a short time. And I know of at least a few more who are referenced, but I don't know if they were sisters or if they were only children that managed to take up the mantle fully. And I'm having a lot of difficulty with later. But so yeah, that is very interesting to me. And another thing is, the Phantom, when he first started off, he was kind of like a Batman. You know, he was a rich playboy, but then that quickly got quickly changed from him basically being in a jungle in I'm blanking on the name now. God, messing so much with the fucking glare that what's the name? Bengala. That's it, Bengala. And so Bengala is kind of a sort of a island, a jungle island off of like the Asia, India area. Lena, stop doing that. My dog loves to scratch herself for some reason. But so yeah, that's actually pretty interesting. And so the hero's name is Kit Walker. Now, the one that you traditionally follow is like Kit Walker the 22nd, I believe. And the reason why he's called the 22nd is that every generation is called Kit Walker. And it all started back in the 1600s with the first Kit Walker, who was Christopher Walker, and he was the son of a merchant captain. And he was traveling with his father when they got attacked by pirates, and he witnessed his father's death. And he ended up jumping overboard and washing ashore on the coast of Bengala. And there on the beach, after, he found his father's skull, which I don't know how he would know it was his father's skull with all the other dead, but, that's what the story says. He swore on his father's skull that he would fight piracy, banditry, and evil in all its forms, basically. That's kind of the paraphrased vow that he made. And and he swore on, and he said his sons and their sons and their sons would follow in that line. And so that's how the hero started. And the hero just kind of, and that's what basically happened. And every generation after that took up the mantle. They became the Phantom, and they, fight greed and piracy. Now, I haven't been able to get my hands on some of the older comics, so I don't really know how they were able to go across the world so quickly. I think that's really just kind of like plot armor, that they were able to go from this island nation to almost anyone in the world to fight evil. And so that's interesting. And the home base of the Phantom is the Skull Cave. Now, the Skull Cave has two very special rooms. One is the treasure room, which they store treasure. They have gold, jewels, doubloons, bullion from from rewards, basically, from kings that they've helped in the past. And then another room that they have, I don't know if this is canon, but it was in a book by Lee Falk that he wrote about the Phantom. And in this room, it was like the artifact room. You had a diamond cup that belonged to Alexander the Great. You had the asp that bit Cleopatra, the Queen of Egypt. And the first wig from Romeo and Juliet, which apparently, one of the Phantoms was the first person to play Juliet. Actually, he didn't want to become the Phantom, and so he tried to become an actor, and then he basically dropped acting and went back to being the Phantom. So that was actually kind of a little funny little side story that they put into the book. So so yeah, and the Phantom doesn't really have any powers. Well, no, I wouldn't say he has any powers. I know that in the movie, well, at least in the novelization of the movie that came out in 1996, which I'll get to in a little bit, they tried to basically kind of give him, remote viewing powers. But, I mean, that would be a great way to kind of explain why how he was able to know when he was needed, basically. So, but other than that, traditionally the Phantom doesn't have any powers. He's just well trained in virtually every form of martial arts. He's a superb athlete. I've often, I would say, been described as a perfect physical specimen. So I don't know if that just means that top physical form of, human capability, or if it just means that they just look really good. But so that's powers and abilities. Well, no, there's a little bit more on that. The Phantom often is a dual wielder of weapons. Back in the early days, they used sabers. Nowadays, they use pistols. And what's kind of interesting is that they don't take life. They're not killers. That's not their shtick, you know. And so they will shoot to wound, that kind of a thing. And the Phantom has a horse. I want to say their name is Hero, and then they have a wolf called Devil. So that's kind of interesting. And then trying to think if there's anything more that I need to talk about. I would say go ahead and give them a try. Really interesting. The movie. I forgot about the movie. Yes, back in 1996, there was a movie starring Billy Zane as the Phantom, and it was a good movie. I'm not going to say it was a great movie, but it was good. Very 90s, I would say. Very, very 90s. But it was a decent movie. And this was back in the time when HBO was part of basic cable. And I remember watching, like, kind of a documentary that they would do on how the Phantom was made and all that. Kind of a behind the scenes thing. And so when I was a kid, I loved that movie. And then as an adult, I still watch the movie. I actually have it on Blu-ray, and I watch it every now and again. It's not great, but it is enjoyable to watch. If you have kids, let them go ahead and try to find it. Let them watch it, because it is a good movie. So, really sorry for the rambling, but I just really noticed that we haven't uploaded much. We've only uploaded one video so far, and so we're still just trying to get things figured out. We're trying to do research. We're trying to figure out our technical systems, and I'm really trying to figure out a way to be able to stare at my monitor without having, the glare over my eyes, because that's really kind of bothering me. But so we're really trying hard to get this going. But so yeah, let me know what you guys think. If the Phantom sounds interesting, if you've read the Phantom, watched the movie, go ahead and leave a comment down below. If you like what you've heard, please hit the like button. If you want to hear more from us, I'm really sorry about the schedule. We're trying to work on this, but go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And if you want to show people just how much of an idiot I am, go ahead and hit the share button. But that's all I got right now. And yeah, you guys go on ahead and you have a good night.